What's going on, enthusiasts? We are back with another episode of PC Planet. We have got some news today, and joining me. Holy crap! I've already drank too much tonight. Joining me in the virtual studio today is the Facebook group administrator Corey.
Hello, Corey Resch, admin of Facebook group Southern Colorado Computer Enthusiasts. We also have our own website, thanks to Drew here. Check us out on Facebook if you happen to be in the Colorado area. We promise good prices and no scalping, although that may start to be less of a big of a deal considering how GPU prices are coming down.
That's very, very true. In fact, I'm going to be actually buying a brand new GPU here in 2 days. Actually,
Correction. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Actually, to be by the time this video goes up, I may have already purchased the GPU.
And what are you getting?
Yes.
What are you getting?
Yes. I suppose I should mention what I'm getting. The Power Color Red Devil 6700 XT for
My man's here.
way less money than it used to go for.
My man's here is breaking away from Nvidia.
Yeah. I don't. Unlike what Nvidia seems to think, I don't like paying $300 extra for a brand new GPU, even though I'm going to have to anyway, because this is crazy.
That actually throws a giant disclaimer on what I was just saying about GPU prices are coming down. Existing GPU prices are starting to come down. However, buckle up for new releases.
Yeah, well, what are you talking about there, Corey? What might Nvidia be planning? Do we think?
All we know is that Nvidia was bragging to its investors about increasing the prices on its GPUs.
Yes, it was. In fact, it was bragging that this go around, I believe it was that gamers are being forced to spend an extra $300 for a new GPU on average versus the last time they bought a GPU. And this is apparently a really good thing for Nvidia, but not for you or me.
Yeah. I mean, for God's sakes, Nvidia GeForce RTX 3090 Ti from custom models from Asus, starting at over $3,500 US.
Yeah, this is according to Canadian retailer, and it was actually it was that leaker Moo, I think it is. I think it actually is that. Who's a pretty reliable leaker of the GPU informations.
Yeah.
Posted a screenshot of Canadian retailer with the 3090 Ti from Asus and other retailers or other manufacturers going for over $5,000 Canadian, which is over $3,500 US. Like what?
Yeah. It's like if you have a 3070 or a 3080, I would recommend just stick with what you got at this point.
Yeah, if you've already got something that handles like 1440p and up with no problems, I would just stick with that and not even bother with the next release.
The 3090 Ti. And if you don't have something that can handle 1440p at decent frame rates or 1080p or whatever, just go with a 3080 or a 3070 Ti or a 3070 or something like that. Don't give Nvidia 3500s for a 3090 Ti. You don't need it. If you are a regular gamer playing even up to 4K, you don't need a 3090 Ti. Don't give them this money. Because the only way that they're going to stop charging so much for their cards is if we stop buying them at that price.
Yep, I agree. And because the 3090 Ti is really just an overclocked 3090 with some extra CUDA cores, like barely.
Yeah. And if you're running a company and your company is making extensive use of, CAD and things like that, then sure, the 3090 Ti, it could work for you. I don't know about $3,500. I feel like that would
Or
be a monstrous business expense,
with
if you've already got 3090s, but unless you're running CAD or something like that, just stick with a 3080 or something. That is
and the
more than sufficient to play any modern title, AAA title, at 1440p at reasonable FPS.
Yeah, absolutely. That was kind of where I was headed with that too. Is like, if you really need that 24 gigs of VRAM, just get a 3090. It'll be half
Yeah,
the damn price anyway.
yeah. And I don't even think any modern AAA titles really even take advantage of 24 gigs of VRAM. I mean,
Maybe if you're running
maybe
like 8K or something
like Skyrim with all 8K mods or something.
on an actual 8K display or something like that. Yeah, totally.
Or maybe, City Skylines. Although that's more heavy on the RAM rather than the GPU.
Oh, here's a possible use case: flight sim.
There you go. Flight sim could be a potential one. I say potential
Yeah,
because a 3080 or a 3090 will still rock that game at 60 plus FPS at 1080 1440p.
yeah, no, absolutely. Flight sim with multiple monitors could be pretty demanding, though.
That is a thing. So there are use case scenarios where a 3090 Ti could come in handy,
But yeah,
but it is not the
unless
norm.
unless you have one of those very very specific use cases, there's no reason.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're just sitting here trying to play like The Witcher 3 or, World of Tanks, hello Jay, or I'm sorry, no, not Jay. He plays what is it? What is it? Battleship, something like
Uh,
that.
war, war, uh, uh, World of Warships.
World of Warships, that's it. Um
It just came to me. I was
yeah.
like, oh, that's what it
Yeah, I
was.
know. I was trying to figure it out too because I was reading an article earlier today that came out a while back of World of Tanks, and some guy somewhere actually responded to the makers of World of Tanks and was like, "Hey, this tank is inaccurate," and he actually provided classified military
Oh,
documentation to prove it.
oh wow.
Yeah, but yeah, we digress. Don't get a 3090 Ti
Don't.
unless you
Yeah.
think you actually need it. Even if you're an elitist, please don't do it for others' sake. Please don't do it. If Nvidia is really going to charge $3,500, for an Ace, or if Asus is really going to charge $3,500 for a 3090 Ti, people not buying it is going to be the biggest wake up call to them ever,
Yeah, I really
because they're
hope
going to be
people just
like,
don't buy
oh
it.
hey, $3,500 might be a little bit too much.
Yeah, I really hope people just don't buy it, and not even don't buy it. Like, be vocal about it. Like, this is crap.
Yeah, I mean it's insane. I mean that's you could buy a reasonable used car for that price,
Oh yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking when I saw the story earlier today. I was like, wow, so a GPU or like a decent used car,
or 4 or 5 house payments.
or yeah, a couple of house payments. Jeez, but no, people just well, I don't know. Do people want a $3,500 GPU? I have no idea. I sure don't.
The people who want a $3,500 GPU are the same people who can afford to scalp.
I mean, if they want to send me a free one to review, I'm down. But
like like a like a manufacturing sample.
yeah, I'll take a manufacturing sample. That's cool. I'm not going to pay for a manufacturing sample, but
And looking at these photos, like they didn't even revamp the design. Like it literally is visually identical to a 3090.
because it is
It's a 3090. It's an overclocked, ramped up 3090. That's literally all it is.
the 3090 with the word TI after it is really all it comes down to. And hopefully, with Intel jumping into the discrete GPU game, uh, very, very, very soon. We got like 4 days until the Intel event,
Yeah.
uh, and hopefully that will break up this duopoly that we've had for the past couple of decades
Reading
with
through this
Nvidia
article,
and
reading through
AMD.
this article, I like how they say the Nvidia GeForce RTX 3090 Ti graphics card is now pretty much confirmed to be the first PCIe Gen 5 compliant graphics card rocking a single 16-pin power connector. I'm like, a single 16-pin as opposed to what? A dual 16-pin? Rated for a 600-watt power delivery. 600 watts just on the 3090 Ti, just on the GPU.
That's Corey. That's 600 watts on top of the 75 watts already provided by PCI Express.
Not designed for legacy PCIe 2 or Gen 3 cards.
Oh,
You don't say.
they're breaking forward compatibility. That's bad.
They're breaking backwards compatibility.
Or yeah, backwards compatibility. Well, yeah. Jesus. I mean, it could be whatever. Either way, they're breaking things, and it's
It's funny to me reading through this article because they're like advertising things that are just normal. Positive locking on housing with low thumb latch operation. See, so you mean just a PCI slot? That's how a PCI slot works.
that is how a PCIe slot works.
Like why are you bringing that up as an advertising point? That's just how a PCI slot works.
What else we got?
Anyways,
We got a Gigabyte Brix, little teeny tiny PC.
to our listeners, I apologize in advance. Wife has bronchitis, and I'm not feeling too hot either. So, this podcast may be a bit on the rougher side.
And I've been drinking.
Well, to be fair, we both have, but that's because I don't want to feel like crap, and I feel like crap. But that's because I haven't drank enough. Anyways, we digress. This
I'll
dude,
drink to that.
Gigabyte launches the most powerful mini PC in the world, the Brix Extreme, coming with a 12-core 12th gen Intel chip, DDR4 3200 megahertz, Wi-Fi 6 with a Gen 4 SSD, and Intel Iris 96 EU graphics supporting up to four 4K displays and can output at 8K resolution. You're just gonna be
Woo!
showing up to an esports party with just your monitor because it comes with a VESA mount to attach to the back of your panel.
Yeah. You know what? That would be kind of a great laptop replacement. Like if you're going somewhere where you know you're gonna have a screen available,
Yeah,
like a hotel room, for example. That would be
yeah.
a great little portable gaming machine.
And this thing has 7 USB ports with Thunderbolt support. Dude, this little tiny PC is freaking badass.
We know anything about pricing? I don't think they had anything about pricing.
I don't think see anything about pricing. Then again, this well, I'll look it up. This article was uploaded March 24th.
Oh,
Let
that
me
was like three
see
days ago,
here.
so probably no pricing.
2 days ago. It's only the
Oh,
26th.
oh yeah, you're right.
Eh.
The 28th cannot come fast enough. I realize it's only 2 days away, but I want my new graphics card. Damn it!
Yeah, so we don't have anything on pricing yet. Though that being said, the Brix GBBRR7H running a AMD Ryzen 7 4800U is currently on Newegg for $529. So I don't foresee it being anything super crazy.
Yeah, if they can get a price that's similar to that, that would be kind of an amazing little portable powerhouse there.
Yeah. I just looked at the review, the top favorable review, and it was like pros: 7 USB ports, 2 of which could be used for pass-through display port, yada yada yada, 4K display, comparable performance with an i7 1185 G7, yada yada yada. Windows 10 installed from USB stick in under 5 minutes, yada yada yada. Cons: we'll report back if any are found.
Wait, Windows 10?
Windows 10 installed from USB
Installed
stick
from
in under
USB
5
stick.
minutes.
Wow.
Yep. Now, granted, this is a review, and we all know how reviews can be. You run a big company, you pay somebody to drop a badass review on your product. I don't know if Gigabyte does that. I doubt they do that, but again, it's a review, so take it
That's
with a
true.
grain of salt.
It's true. But that's a pretty bold claim.
Well, the reason I say take it with a grain of salt is here, let me share my screen for those who can actually see what's going on here.
If you're listening on YouTube, or wow, if you're listening on Spotify, sorry, uh, I will
You see
attempt to
the
describe what's going on here.
you see the review on the right side?
Yes, we've got a review of the Brix.
For the
This
last
is it.
generation
This is
for
the
the last
AMD
generation
Brix.
bricks.
Got
Yeah.
it.
But if you read it, the review is good, but it does read a lot like it was written by a PR man.
Boy, that sure reads like an advertisement. Overall review. Originally announced in November 2020, it took 6 months before it showed up in the US. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, no, that totally reads like an advertisement. And
Still
I'm
in still in
actually.
early setup stages, and the full configuration won't be in place until the ultra sharp monitor is delivered in
Yeah,
July.
that reads like a paid review. And that actually upsets me that that's on Newegg.
I mean, like I said, it could just be a really detailed guy, dropping a review. We don't know. Unfortunately, that's the state of the world we live in. Is you can't take a review, you have to take it, with a grain of salt these days.
Yeah. Then again, there's been products that I've purchased that I've felt strongly enough about to actually write a detailed review, and I could see how something like
Right.
this might be that. Also, I do want to point out that this $529 price is for a bare bone kit.
Does include the Ryzen 7 4800U CPU though.
It also does not include memory or storage.
I mean, to be fair, you're grabbing a bare bone. You're grabbing a ultra compact PC. I mean, so what are we? You're not going to be using this to rock AAA titles. So what are we talking like? $20 for a 2.5-inch SSD,
Oh yeah, no,
and
you're going
30 bucks
esports.
for 30 bucks for 8 gigs of RAM or something.
You're totally going esports on this guy. I
I mean,
mean,
granted, these PCs they're designed for corporate use. They're designed for you know, cash registers and video conferencing rooms and things like that. They're not designed for gaming. That being said, if you're an esports guy,
you can do it.
you can do it 100%.
And it's probably not going to be a terrible experience.
Yeah. Especially if you're a esports guy going to LAN parties and stuff like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
great,
hell, you could
great portable.
you could you Oh man, I just had a flashback to the 90s. You could throw this in the pocket of your Jinkos.
Oh,
Remember that? Wearing your Jinkos,
you
going to
know,
Blockbuster, and you could fit the whole VHS tape in your pocket?
oh man, I wasn't expecting to go back to high school tonight. Uh, yeah, I never wore Jinkos, but I sure knew people that did.
I didn't wear Jinkos, but I wore trip pants.
Oh, yep, I knew people that wore trip pants too.
To be fair, though, my trip pants were different. I wasn't like. I was. People, the goth kids, they're all like, we're different, we're different. I was different. Different. My,
Yeah,
my, my trip pants, they had the chains and everything, and they had the skulls on them, but mine were white.
the hilarity of goth kids is they're different, but they're all the same.
See, again, that's where I was different. My trip pants were white.
That is different because all I ever saw were black.
Yeah, mine were I would wear my white trip pants, and I would wear it with a white My Chemical Romance shirt. Yeah, I was all white. Like I was one of the goth kids, but I was all white. I'm still all white. Anyways,
That's
ginger
terrible.
paleness joke there for you. We digress.
We even have anything else tonight, Corey? I don't think we do.
Excuse me?
Do we? Am I missing something here?
Are we not going to talk about the U.S. lifting the import tariffs?
Oh yeah. Yeah. The Import tariffs on printed circuit boards, PCBs, has been lifted.
PCBs coming from China are now free from the 7.5% to 25% import duties leveled at them, which went into effect last year in 2021, January.
So yeah, that is going to help with certainly motherboards because motherboards are big.
Right.
And
However, that is up to the manufacturers to drop the prices for the consumers.
that was my very next point.
Yeah.
Whether or not the manufacturers are going to pass those savings along to the consumers or to the SIs, and are the SIs going to pass those savings along based on things that we're hearing from Nvidia? Not from Nvidia.
Yeah.
Oh my lord. I don't know.
Well,
We'll see. We'll see.
we'll see. Well, I'm feeling like crap. Wife is feeling like crap. I don't have anything else for tonight. Do you, Drew?
I sure don't. Well, actually, that's not true. I do have one last thing, and that is to say that PC Planet is sponsored by the Like Button Incorporated. The Like Button, hit that shit.
Anyways, hit that crap wherever it is on your screen. YouTube, down there. I don't know
Spotify,
where it is
somewhere.
on other platforms.
Whatever. If there's a
Lick
like
your-
button, hit it. If there's
Lick
a
your
subscribe
screen
button,
or something.
Yeah, lick your screen. If there's a subscribe button, lick that too. And we'll see you guys
And
next week.